Unity will come naturally, however, if we accomplish this, which is removing all of the things that cause us to divide. The issues, all the divisive things must be cleaned up and removed, and then we will naturally be able to come into unity. Let's understand that unity will come and actually be natural when we get to the maturity level that comes from cleaning out and cleansing ourselves of all of the divisive issues, the things that make us divide. And that's where we get things like needing things to be our own way, or needing to be right, or being easily offended, or all the things we've been talking about now for a couple of weeks. Torah observance would be simple, right, if everybody was doing it. Why do we struggle with our Torah keeping? Because people say, oh, that stuff is so hard. Nobody can keep it. Well, why not? What's so hard about it? I mean, let's be honest. Is it hard to keep Saturday instead of Sunday or whatever? Is it harder to eat a little different than you used to eat before? I mean, if you get the fleshly stuff out of it, the I don't like, I prefer, I want, I like, if you get all that out of it, what's so hard about keeping Torah? Nothing. Yahweh, I know He knows your heart. I know He knows your thoughts, but He wants, and it's His choice, not mine, He wants to see it in action. He wants to see it in the three-dimensional world. He doesn't want to just hear it out of your mouth or hear it in your heart or hear it in your mind because He knows your thoughts. He wants to actually witness it with His eyes. Part of what we're going to cover in this teaching is understanding who you're supposed to be getting your information from and your guidance from. The people are getting their wisdom through the direct channel process that leads to the Father. And it's the Ruach that tells you, yep, now you're on the right path. But be careful, you got more than one voice in your head that wants to pretend it's the Ruach. The worst one is you, not the enemy. The enemy is not the worst voice, it's your voice. Because your voice has preferences. Remember, the 12 were not sent out and when it said go out and disciple the nations, He didn't say go tell them to just plug in directly. He said you go and teach them and make students of them. And then they will go out and find others to go make students of, those who want to be students. That's the scriptural process. If I make you, in other words, by intimidation, force, lording over you, whatever, if I make you keep commandments and do certain things a certain way, and you did not want to do it, that benefited nobody. Life is like tasting the soup, right? You're making a soup, you put in your ingredients, they made it from scratch, and you go to taste it, and if it doesn't taste right, it's got one of two things. It's either missing something, actually I should say three things. Missing something, not enough of something, or too much of something. Something doesn't belong in there. So what's the double mind? That's the mind of Yeshua, the mind of Elohim. That's, you're asking, but it's also you. Okay, that's when you have your own thought process, preferences, and desires that are skewing what you want the information that you're receiving to look like. It's skewing what you're expecting the response to be. It's your filtering. That's your double-minded. But as we're going through, that mind of Yeshua is at enmity, it's at odds, it's an enemy against your mind, your flesh. Your flesh doesn't want that. Not that Yeshua is the one that's at enmity, but you. It's the flesh is at enmity with Him. And so you're a double-minded person. And what are double-minded people? Unstable. Stability is in submission to the Father and the Son. You want a stable life? You want balance? You're going to have to get your own you out of there. You got to get you off the throne. How many people have you talked to, and how often have you told people, I'm a believer? Really? Can I watch you? Can I see it? Can you prove it? Prove it. What do you mean, prove it? I believe in Messiah. Okay. That's nice. I believe you. I believe you believe that there's a Messiah that existed and exists and will come again. I believe that you believe that. But where's the proof? That's you being drawn away by your own desires. And then you're trapped. And you know what? I never really thought about how to deal with this trap thing. I think you're trapped. See, I waited till I got up here. I think, Ruach, just give me the words. I'm thinking right now that the trap thing is because now you've convinced yourself that what you're doing is right. And you convince yourself that it's him, that he gave you permission, and now you're going to continue to do it. You're trapped because now you're convinced you're doing right when you're doing wrong.